A massive storm of controversy is currently sweeping across the Nigerian digital space and the national political landscape, following a highly explosive message posted on social media by the prominent Islamic scholar Sheikh Ahmad Gumi. Known for his deeply controversial stance on how the federal government should handle the severe security challenges in the northern regions, the Cleric has once again stirred up a massive hornet's nest. As the Nigerian military aggressively steps up its frontline clearance operations, successfully tracking down and eliminating several top commanders of the heavily armed groups operating within the vast forests of the northwest, Sheikh Gumi has stepped forward to issue a very stern and chilling warning to the authorities. Taking directly to his official Facebook page this March 20, 2026, the Cleric dropped a statement that has left millions of citizens completely shocked and deeply outraged. He boldly wrote, and I quote, "You can't target people's revered leaders and expect flowers from their followers. Sorry, you will have to endure the consequences of your recklessness." This particular statement has immediately triggered an avalanche of angry reactions, with many Nigerians interpreting it as a direct threat against the state and a clear defense of the armed men who have caused untold hardship across various communities. For years, Sheikh Gumi has positioned himself as a self-appointed mediator, frequently traveling deep into the dangerous forests to hold peace talks with these armed factions. His core argument has always been that military force alone can never resolve the security crisis, and he has consistently urged the federal government to grant a blanket amnesty, provide financial support, and build schools and hospitals for these groups to encourage them to drop their weapons. However, referring to the commanders of these armed syndicates as revered leaders is a massive escalation that many citizens find absolutely unacceptable. When the military launches precision strikes and successfully neutralizes notorious figures who have orchestrated mass kidnappings and disrupted farming activities, the entire nation usually celebrates these victories as a clear sign of frontline progress. But Gumi's recent Facebook post completely flips this narrative, suggesting that the military's actions are reckless and will only provoke violent retaliation from the loyal followers of these eliminated commanders. By publicly warning the government to prepare to endure the consequences, the Cleric is essentially validating the anger of the armed groups and suggesting that their inevitable pushback is a natural, justified response to losing their leaders. As we continue to break down the heavy implications of this viral statement and look at how the military defense headquarters might respond to this incredible challenge, I want to take a very quick moment to invite you to join our growing community of informed citizens. If you truly appreciate receiving these highly detailed, factual, and completely unfiltered political and security updates, please take just one quick second right now to smash that like button. Liking this video is the absolute best way to help the YouTube system share this crucial information with millions of other patriotic Nigerians who deeply care about the safety of our country. Also, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell immediately. We work tirelessly every single day to track these vital national stories, and your wonderful support is exactly what empowers us to keep bringing you the exact truth behind the biggest headlines. Now, moving right back into the massive reactions trailing Sheikh Gumi's bold declaration, the anger on social media is absolutely palpable and spreading incredibly fast. Many civil society organizations, security analysts, and frustrated citizens are loudly questioning why the federal government has continued to tolerate the Cleric's highly provocative statement over the years. A large section of the public is currently calling on the national security agencies to immediately invite Sheikh Gumi for extensive questioning, arguing that his latest post crosses the line from exercising free speech to openly inciting violence and displaying unpatriotic sympathy for individuals causing unrest. They strongly argue that calling out laws revered leaders completely insults the memory of the innocent victims who have lost their lives, their properties, and their peace of mind to the actions of these armed men. On the flip side, there is a very small, quiet minority that attempts to view Gumi's statement through the lens of pure sociology, suggesting that he is simply stating a harsh tactical reality. They argue that taking out a leader without having enough ground troops to immediately secure the surrounding communities often leaves vulnerable villages exposed to the angry, disorganized remnants of the armed groups seeking desperate revenge. However, even those who try to understand his tactical logic are heavily condemning his choice of words and his apparent lack of empathy for the nation's military forces who are sacrificing everything on the front line to restore peace. This incredibly heated situation brings us to a very deep and important national conversation about how we completely secure our country, and I genuinely want to hear your personal, highly detailed thoughts on this matter. When you look at the heavy warning posted by Sheikh Gumi on Facebook, do you firmly believe that the security agencies should immediately arrest him for making statements that seem to defend and embolden armed groups? Or do you think he has the constitutional right to express his controversial opinions on military strategy? Furthermore, do you think his warning holds any strategic truth, meaning the military should pause and rethink how they handle these forest commanders? Or should the armed forces absolutely ignore his Facebook post and increase their firepower to completely clear out every single armed camp in the region? Please take a few moments right now to go straight down into the comment section and type out your full, honest opinion. Your unique perspective is an incredibly vital part of this massive ongoing national conversation about our national security, the limits of free speech, and how we can finally achieve lasting peace and safety in Nigeria.